What's up, y'all? I'm Davey Blue Jay, and the title of today's video is Remember Why You're Doing It. So, yeah, let's talk. I'm Davey Blue Jay. You can check out my music on your favorite platform. Go to daveybluejay.com to see all of the stuff that I have going on, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, Davey Blue Jay Music. I help people live their lives with more inner peace and soul, and I also entertain through my psychedelic rock, folk music that's experimental. It's desert inspired and it comes straight from the heart. I live in the Mojave Desert and I freaking love it here. It's gorgeous. I'm very lucky to live in a little tiny home right there. So let's talk. Remember why you're doing it. What does that mean? Well, what I mean by that is it applies to whatever you're doing in life, whatever you're doing that is a either commitment or is a trek. Things that don't just happen overnight, which is a lot. Perhaps a journey you're on or a big part of your life, or something you're learning, a new role you're taking, a job, a relationship, a behavioral change, a habit change. The power of knowing why you're doing it. Now for me, I use this question as a tool to help me get back to derive meaning, and it helps me continue the journey, continue my commitment with more resilience. It adds to my resilience. It adds to my commitment. It also helps me refine, because when I think about why I'm doing something, then if there's some superfluous things I've taken on or things that don't really fit so much with the core purpose, then that helps me, look in that direction and consider shedding certain things, letting go of things, shedding things to really refine into what I'm doing more and not get lost along the way. There's a lot of distractions in life. There's temptations, there's distractions, there's alternate routes along the way. But getting to the purpose of what you're doing is incredibly helpful. So if y'all have a journal, I always suggest, if you like to get out that journal and write down what is something that you are working on right now, or a big part of your life, and why are you doing it at the core? Are you doing it for yourself? Totally valid. Are you doing it for someone else? Why are you doing it? And is there any part that feels maybe superfluous, or maybe something that you could shed within it? Or do you have any ideas right now while you got the journal out that could help you refine this plan, this goal? Perhaps some details that you could pivot on to get more to the meat, to get more to what matters to you the most. I work at a rehab center and I teach as a wellness instructor there. I teach a music mindfulness class and a morning meditation hour that involves inner reflection as well. And two reasons that I hear a lot for clients changing their behavior are, one, to be mindful for the legacy they're leaving, and perhaps how their path inspires others, family, people come from where they come from, community. Another motivator is just straight up, who do I want to be? That question, who do I want to be? That's a totally valid and strong motivator. I want to be this person. I want to show up as this person. I care who I'm being. So therefore, that's why I'm doing it. I care about the example I'm being. I care about the kind of life I lead. Life is precious and I care how I live it. Perhaps a loved one is a reason that you're doing what you're doing. And again, we all deserve self-love. And there's nothing wrong, there's no shame in knowing that you're doing what you're doing for yourself. It's not selfish. You may have been told that, maybe growing up, but it ain't selfish to do things for you. So remember why you're doing it. Remember why you're doing it. Who's it for? Who is it for? It's a good question to come back to in times of trial or times of tests, challenges. To just think, who am I doing it for? Why am I doing it? That can often get you to stay in line, stay on track, and put in that effort, resist temptation, stay focused. Of course, this is a very expansive and general, applicable sense in which I'm talking about this situations. And often that question seems to do the trick. So remember why you're doing it. Most people fail because they don't continue trying. So when we have internal prompts, internal tools, they're really to help us persevere and tap into strength in times of weakness, in the harder times. Knowing what you're not going to do, knowing what behaviors you can do instead that'll be helpful, beneficial, and supportive of the person you care to be. That's it. If you show up as that person, who you show up as, with your habits, with your thoughts, with your intention, who you show up with, the shape of your behavior, it all culminates into who you are. And you deserve to be a badass person, an idol who you look up to in this life. So remember why you're doing it. Have a beautiful night, y'all. Peace.